Good evening, everyone.
How are you?
I am Dad. How are you?
Pardon me, I'm starting.
Done my own hair today. I've washed it, so how's it looking? All right.
With my help.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Washed it for me because I think, hi, Gary.
Whoa. Gary!
Yeah.
Not right at you.
Oh dear me. How are we all tonight? Chris has been into town today to print off one of his sofa dumps. Pardon me. Chris has been into town today because somebody had ordered a print off his Etsy, so he's been into town to get that printed off. Max Beelman don't print it off, even though we've got photo paper. It's not as good as anyway. So I went on Amazon and I've ordered him some proper envelopes, with do not bend on it, and not bad price actually. £4 something for about 10, I think. So same as I said to Chris, they'll come in handy especially because he's just had another order come in from somebody that don't live too far away. Oh, it's been quite nice here actually, Gary.
Gary?
Yeah. How did I get messy hair look? Well, the lady had already put like gum stuff in, right? So all I did, Amjad, was spray it with some water and just, that's it. Yeah, simple as that. Nothing sort of, nothing, because it had already got like products in my hair, so I just sprayed some water on it and sort of, with my hand, that's it. But you see, today I've sort of, even though I put some of that gum in my hair, I blow dried it and whatnot, so, but, yeah. See, the thing is, Amjad, I've got two kind of, I've got the Shockwaves textured gum. Ooh. So wait. Yeah, I've got that one. And that's texture gum for a messy look, and it's remoldable. But then I've got this one. I don't know what this one is. Well, put a sticker over it, top of it. Anyway, I've got that one as well.
I did.
Yeah. Yes, it did. I can vouch for that one, Gary.
Not very often we swallow when we do buy it, come back away.
But I think Harford Street heard him and all, Gary. So you didn't ask my permission to put a link in. It's too late now.
I didn't think it would work.
I'm going to smack his body later. Yeah. For not asking. You're supposed to ask the host first before you put any links in. Oh, God. Hi, Peter. How are you? No, funny thing is, we did have sort of like when it was that really hot weather, and when I'm on about we did have trouble with ants, and I know hi Johnny. Johnny's had a lot of trouble with ants, but they weren't the flying kind. But I've seen like a hike put talcum powder down because apparently they don't like talcum powder, walking in it. So But since then, no. You know, we sort of went through a spell where they were, you know, everywhere and anywhere. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden, poof, they disappeared. I don't know. And basically they're everywhere. But we think, because see, our sink is underneath the window, and we reckon they come up that way. So yeah. Hi, Kirsty. How are you? But as of yet, recently, no, we haven't seen any.
Can I just say?
No.
No.
You haven't had my permission.
Well, I'm going to say it anyway.
Don't
I'm
tell-
not probably going to be in as good mood as what normally I'm on a Saturday night, especially with Premier League season just around the corner.
Oh, well. Got to start somewhere, ain't you? Can't
Yeah.
play friendlies all the time. Hang on a minute.
I'm cheeky plugging again.
Do you know, I'm going to have a word with that husband of mine. That's what I took other night. Was it Thursday?
Yeah. There's a little dink there. I think it's from back at paper.
I know.
Yeah. At least it's good of it's mine, isn't it? Not
Yeah.
customers.
So, yeah. On
That
his-
is Bramley.
on his Etsy.
So we had to say, anybody want to say it? 25 quid.
Yeah, it's he took it other night with drone, Johnny. Thursday, I think it was. They went out.
Oh, excuse me.
Pardon you.
Pardon me, Tim.
But there is other pictures on there other than that one, the Bramall Lane. But obviously, only people that are Sheffield United supporters are going to buy it. But
Exactly.
there's one or two others on there, isn't there, though?
Yeah, there's some.
But you see, another thing is, oh dear, and you got over your cold yet, Kirsty? Yeah, but the thing is, Johnny's put Leeds United better stadium. Yeah, they've gone down to Championship.
There might be better stadium, but they're not in
Sheffield
Premier League.
United have gone up. And this is the thing. What's capacity? What do you mean is Sheffield United?
30. I think it's just under 33. I think
33,000? Oh God, no.
it's not the amount of fans; it's about the quality.
Kirsty says she's got to. That's the problem with me, Kirsty. When I get a cold, it goes straight to my chest, and that's why me and Johnny are both wazooed up to neck in vitamins. So, but yeah, funny thing is, since I've been taking all these vitamins, must be bad then. Yeah, I've had sniffles, but I've not had a full blown cold or anything. You know, I'm on all sorts, me. So, you know, Johnny will vouch for it. Since I've been on all these vitamins, because see, and that's another thing I want to talk about, because all of a sudden, people over 60 can now have the shingles jab. So I'm wanting to know, well, why all of a sudden? Because you see, it's all over at doctors. You've got to be 75 or over to have this shingles jab. Now, people that know me know that I've had shingles in the last 5 years about 4 or 5 times. And that's last time I had it, Kirsty. It honestly, you can't describe to anybody the effects of having shingles. You feel like you feel terrible. And I did ask doctors, and I says, because my immune system ain't great, but But the thing is, as well, if you look it up as well, Gary, there was a Sheffield United shop and a Sheffield Wednesday shop in Meadowhall. Sheffield Wednesday's closed down. Yeah, so after that last bat, Kirsty, I says, that's it. It ain't getting me no more. And I take these are the chewable vitamin C's, but I don't like these. Yeah, they leave a horrible aftertaste, even though they like orange flavoured. So I have got some dissolvable ones coming. I prefer the ones that you dissolve in water. But yeah, and touch wood, not as much as I had a cold and nothing since. But yeah, it's sort of the doctors have given me some vitamin D. Which is like them, because they found I've got a vitamin D deficiency as well.
This makes me laugh, Bobby.
Go on then.
Chef Wendy's, they're across there. They've done a 10-year season ticket. You know? One at stands it's £6,000. One at other stands it's £7,000, and another stand is £9,000, and they can't take they can't take debit cards or credit cards. How are they going to frigging pay for them?
I was going to say, who's going to pay that money in first place anyway? But yeah, try vitamin C, Kirsty. I don't like them chewable ones because they get in all your teeth, and obviously you've got to crunch them, and they leave such a bit of aftertaste. Well, with the dissolvable ones, you just get so much water in a glass, drop one in the glass, it dissolves, and and job's a good one. But yeah, definitely get some vitamin C, because it says for a healthy immune system, helps reduce tiredness and fatigue. So yeah, definitely vitamin C. Whichever form you want them in. But yeah, neither me nor Callum, we're not keen on these chewable ones. You put them in your mouth, and obviously you chew. You're getting all your teeth, and then, hiya Jamie, how are you?
Hello, Scott.
They leave it like an aftertaste on my tongue. Whereas with dissolvable ones, you just chug them back, and that's it, job done. But each individual has got, Chris loves them. You know what I mean? These chewable vitamin C's.
Oh, yeah.
He prefers them. Now me and Callum don't. Oh, you've got to be careful, aren't you, Gary? As because they can sort of like cross. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he's going to get a slap in a bit, Jamie. Hi, Optimus. How are you? But yeah, I've got all sorts. But yeah, both Chris and Callum Callum takes antihistamine, he takes a vitamin D, and he takes a vitamin C. Oh, well, you see, the thing is, Gary, when I think I were waiting a surgery, I went and they says, oh, how they do bloods and everything beforehand. You're very low in vitamin D. I says, well, I don't go out much, so that's probably the cause. Wrestler Mania is Jamie, but Chris calls him Scott, but his first name's Jamie. Scott Wrestler. Yeah, so there you go. Anyway, I mean, it's not going to stop the pain of the you know, the arthritis and everything, but it sort of gives you sort of that barrier, you know, like I'm like Kirsty. The minute I get a cold, I get a chest infection. So if you nip it in the bud, I've had sniffles, yeah, but not a full-blown cold in, ages. Chris has had, you know, it knocked him off his feet for days when he got a cold. He were on sofa for 3 days. Now, this is the thing. Me and Callum never beforehand, you know, if one got it, everybody else got it. But since we've been taking these vitamins and what, okie dokie then, Johnny. Since we've been taking vitamin C's and whatever, me and Callum, nothing. Whereas Chris had a full-blown cold and it knocked him off his feet completely. So, but you do what you have to do, Kirsty, you know, to keep yourself well. You know what I mean? And, you know, having young kids, you can't sort of, how can I put it, rest on your laurels. You've got to be on tip-top form, you know what I mean? And I can sympathise with you, Kirsty, because I've been there, done that, and that T-shirt. You know, it does, well, basically, pardon the pun, it knocks the wind right out your sails. So, yeah, so I fully understand what you're going through. It's horrible. Hi, Tim. How are you?
I don't do that.
I'll have to try that, mind you. Can you imagine biscuit? Yeah, with tablet. I have that Omega. That's another thing I take as well, Kirsty. Omega-3. Contributes to the normal function of the heart, maintenance of the normal brain. Oh God, that's what's it for a start? Brain function. Forget me head if it were loose. And it says contributes to the maintenance of normal vision. But yeah, I take all sorts, me. That's a multivitamin with iron. And then doctors, I actually get one that doctors prescribe me. I can find them. Yeah. Under all this crap. This, yeah, that is, it's a tablet called Forceval. And it says, it's got 24 vitamins and minerals. It's got everything, that has. But they're like swallowing horse tablets. But they are prescribed by doctors, they are. And that's one of the things that I've got to go for a blood test on Monday, is like the calcium and me, what do you say, folate and all this crap. But yeah, I think they're sort of checking all my vitals. In more ways than one, Kirsty, if you know what I mean. Yeah, I'm only a woman and know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I did go a couple of weeks ago, and I come out, tried in that arm, couldn't get a vein. Tried in that arm and couldn't get a vein. Well, she was only nurse on duty. So rather that, or, you know, caught doctor away from surgery to come and take blood. But she says, I'm ever so sorry. She said, I'm going to have to come back on 31st in a couple of weeks. Yeah, you know what other thing I've got to go for. Yeah. So we're, in for a penny, in for a pound sort of thing. Got to have all that done on Monday. And then at 3 o'clock, I've got to go to hospital, with my CPAP machine and whatnot and have a review. But since pandemic and since lockdown, it's well overdue. My CPAP thing.
Hello.
Hello.
What?
But anyway,
Thank
we
you, but
know-
what?
we know about being wazooed up to eyeballs in vitamins, don't we, Johnny? Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you got it
All that,
got on there, Kirsty.
I need to do some reordering.
Oh, I've just ordered some more. Some more of these glucosamine. They for your joints as well. But mine's knackered in first place, so I don't know. There's no coming back there, is there? Keena, if that's ice cream, are you sharing? Is it ice cream?
Got a new friend round corner, right? It's a family, mum, dad, and 9 children.
Don't they have a television?
They ain't got any windows, to be honest.
It's telebroke in their ass.
I don't know. I think it's a bit dark in there, anyway.
Oh dear.
You know, when you get right in the middle of a rough estate, and there's that one house that looks a bit
Yeah, like Karen on end here.
typical of Keeney to
What,
pick the roughest family to be from.
Vicky Pollard on end.
All right, well, what's the little one?
Yeah.
called?
Lily,
What's the older one?
come on. I can't remember.
What's all 57 of them?
I don't know.
She got
There's 2 lots of twins, though. There's 2 lots of twins
Well, they're
in
not
that lot.
twins.
Ain't got quite got to know them that well yet, Johnny.
No, not yet.
But-
Then,
Gary said save money, no window cleaner. They can't
Not getting
afford a
that
window
friendly.
cleaner with 9 kids, Gary.
I'm not getting that for up here.
Oh,
Right, can you not bugger off
Hi,
now?
Mark, how are you?
Yeah, it is. And you're sleeping up here.
Tell you
She
some of
decided to
Mark.
sleep with,
Yeah.
downstairs with Khalid yesterday. And he kept
Oh.
her awake all night.
Yeah. Johnny will tell you I had shingles really bad. And I says, it's not going to get me again.
Yeah, right, hang on a minute, Jeanette. I'm just going to kill some.
So, yeah, I had shingles and it were about probably 2-3 years ago. And it completely knocks you off your feet. I don't know whether anybody here in here had shingles, but it completely debilitates you. And, bearing in mind that it's probably about 5 times I've had shingles. And I says, right, that's it. It's not going to get me again. So, yeah, no, it hasn't. Not since I've been taking all them vitamins. But, yeah. I mean, the vitamins that I take won't hurt you, if you know what I mean. They're just there to aid you. You know what I mean? Same as Gary says, he's got ADHD and it interacts with his medication. So yeah, they're not suitable for Gary. But it's going, you have to look into it, do your research, and which one this time, Richard? Tesco's or Sainsbury's? This poor thing up with shopping trolleys.
So it's like having volume control, little and full volume.
on baking other night, I could hear Khalid, and I said to Tracy, I says, boy, he's got a set of lungs on him.
Get up here, you tit, and stop crying.
Oh, I bet that's that.
Demanding attention. You little scuddler. Aren't you?
Well, it's like, oi,
You can tell
biscuit.
he's a baby. You can tell he's a baby. He wants attention all the time. Go
Well,
on.
I mean, I took us like fully grown, but he sits out there, even though doors open, sat because we've got like a pallet as a step. Always at Tesco's, knew one or other Richard.
He could open fucking door handles as well.
He sits on that pallet and he meows at Chris, even though doors open, and he can just come in, and he does it just for attention. So
I say, is it Tesco for better quality of doggers?
well, when he goes to Tesco's,
Or is it every
this lady of the night at Tesco's is just dogging it at Sainsbury's.
Tesco, everything else.
No, that's his penis extension.
Syphilis buy one, get one free.
No, it's every little helps.
Gary says he must admit the girls on the checkout look better in Tesco uniform. But I hadn't particularly taken any notice, Gary.
Yeah, that's why you can't chat up a self-service, Gary.
Oh, and, do you know something? They bought a new Tesco advert out, and it drives me round the twist.
I don't watch telly, so I'm alright.
And it's this guy, you know, going through checkout, and she says, "Have you got a club card?" And I've got the pound. I thought, ooh. But yeah, it's honestly, Mark.
I said, buy one poisonous chicken, get one free.
You see, the thing is, Mark. Pardon me. The shingles is actually the chickenpox virus that is dormant in your body, right?
I can't see a bloody jab working for that. It's in your body anyway.
This is it.
So
You see, what confuses me, Johnny, is the fact that for a long time now they've said, "Oh, you can't have shingles injection till you're over 75." So why all of a sudden have they changed it and they're offering it to people over 60 that have got a compromised immune system?
Because it's another money-saving idea, money-making idea.
You know what I mean? Why such a
You drop it down 15 years, how many more people is that though? A lot.
I've asked several times, and I said,
I
"Look,
think you've sussed it yourself by hot vitamins. You haven't had it since, have you?"
no. When
When
I kept getting shingles, I went to the doctor and I says, "Look, you've only got to look in my notes to see how many times I've had shingles." I says, "Now you're not telling me that giving a shingles injection to me and giving it to a 75-year-old is any different?"
Wait a minute, he's just gone in the bathroom. I'm going to fucking kill this guy. He's not having the run of the house, I'm telling you.
But yeah, I've asked several times, "Oh no, you've got to be over 75 to have this shingles injection." And that's exactly what I said when I says, "Right, if they're not going to help me, you know, best thing alternative is to help myself." And that's what I did. "Hi, Gaffer, how are you?" And that's exactly what I did, Gary. I says, "Well, if they're not going to help me, and that's your doctors, I'm going to do it myself. I'm going to, whatever vitamins I need to take, I'm going to take them."
Walked in as well.
Yeah, it's been in ages. Anyway, so yeah, I took the matter into my own hands. Vitamin C, vitamin D, I says after that last part, because it completely knocks you off your feet.
Same with me. The doctors didn't do shit for me. They just give me loads of painkillers. I said, "Look, there's nothing we can do." All right.
Yeah.
So I got 26.5 stone and could hardly move.
But this is the thing. I mean, look at Callum when he had that. I think he's had some sort of a breakdown. Yeah.
You do. I've had a few in my life, telling you.
You know what I mean? And I still, to this day, Johnny.
When your brain goes, "Fuck this, I'm off."
His anxiety was through the roof. He'd got cancer. His teeth were dropping out. All sorts. Everything. He'd got everything wrong with him. And
the only time I actually went like that is when Tracy was having a spinal operation in hospital and I didn't know what was going on. It's the only time I felt like that, to be honest.
Oh.
Maybe as a kid.
It's all right, Gary says, I've got a thing called divertic. I've heard of it, but I don't know what it entails. Yeah, Mark, if you're wondering, Pixies is my fella over there.
How
Him that put a link in without asking me permission. So it's going a slapping a bit.
I've been out again today. Forgot. I know what I could use. She better not have drunk it. I've got a big can of Lucozade downstairs.
Oh.
Drunk it. She's getting a clonk.
Which, Keena or Tracy?
No, neither of them really.
How's Tracy's ear?
Well, she stopped looking like Rudolph from the side.
It looked really bad other night, John.
They were actually weeping and everything. It was really,
she didn't look
tight on him.
She didn't look well at all.
Yeah, it's getting there.
Well at all.
It's pink, but it's going pink like normal skin colour, but all skin's flaking right out. It's been really bad.
At least she's on mend.
I think it was boiling bloody sweat in her ear. It was that bad. It was like all blistering, the skin.
Yeah, that on Tuesday night looked like a whacking blister on her ear.
See, the tiny little slits, and she's always had eczema in her ears, and no matter what they've given her, drops or all. As soon as she wets the inside of her ear, that just flares it up even worse.
It's terrible, isn't it?
These surgery chaps to make us give her ear rolls, proper ear rolls, to be honest. They're not proper ear rolls. They're not like an ear roll you can just see into. They're just like too much skin around her eardrums, I think.
Oh.
They're just tiny little eardrums.
So she gets any water or something in them?
Water or anything. You can always tell a couple of weeks before she'll start scratching at her ears, and I go, here we go again.
You ought to get her some of them things what I've got.
They gave her about a 2-year supply of antibiotics because they know what's going to happen.
Ear condoms.
Oh, for when she didn't shower and that.
Yeah. That way, she's not going to get water inside her ears.
What is going on with this cat tonight? I'll be back in a minute. I'm going to kill this
I
cat.
mean...
The cat tries opening the windows. You can open door handles and windows.
Yeah.
I think that's because of how we were living before. He knows how to escape.
Yeah.
Back in a minute.
But yeah, I mean, people laughed at me when I bought the ears, and they're like elasticated, and they go around your ears. Because I have a lot of trouble with this ear. So if I'm washing my hair or I'm colouring my hair, just put one on your ear like that. So job's a good one. You're not getting no water, like a shower cap for your ear, basically. So yeah, people laughed at me when I showed them, and I says, look, so in Tracy's case, it's not a laughing matter. It were right other night, and it looked horrible. But yeah, we call them ear condoms, even though they're like little shower caps for your ear. I've got all these little gizmos, you know. But no. I said last time I had shingles, it's not going to get me again. And yeah, I've not had it since. In fact, I've not had a cold since. Not had nothing since. So yeah, you know what I mean? If you could take them. That's, they're non-addictive. They're just for your health and well-being. So but this is the thing, Kirsty. I find like this here, if I get any water or anything in it, it's popping and everything all the time. So yeah, I think these were about £4 off of Amazon, and they're like little shower caps for your ears. That's it. Covers your ear up. You're not getting no water inside them, you know. And everybody laughs at me, but you'd be surprised. You know, especially like if you, I mean, obviously I had long hair. You know, it goes everywhere. And then sort of with this ear, I'm going like this all the time. And I'm, yeah, terrible. But anything for an easy life, let's just say. But yeah. See, I've ordered some off Amazon. They're coming tomorrow. The effervescent one, because we used to get them from Asda, right? But we've been all over the place, and I don't know whether
you drunk it. Told her earlier it were a bit sweet, so she's bloody drunk it, so I ain't got a drink to go with my drink now.
oh dear.
That a frig all. Have you heard her? Following me around the house this morning.
But yeah, it's like this, Kirsty. Yeah, they can laugh at me all they like. I don't care either. You know what I mean?
The joy of a poorly hearing, she's an asshole as well.
But yeah.
I'm in pain 24/7. If I was an ass every time I'm in pain, nobody be able to come anywhere near me.
Well, this is the thing. This is the thing, Johnny. And
Never mind.
oh, we had a right tat the other night. Timberlive.
Go steady on the strawberry water.
Timberlive, right? And Chris had been out with drone. Now the drone has like a little SD card. Now, obviously, he bought this second-hand laptop, so we went, you know, on workings of it. So I put this SD card in what I thought were an SD card slot, and it went. Oh, he got right, monk on.
Oh, right. Took it, didn't he?
Yeah. He nearly threw a cat.
What's this cat doing? This cat's winding me up. He's scratching at something downstairs. Better
Oh,
not be my cat. I'm going to kill this cat. What with kids and wives and cats? Jesus.
Here's one man that don't have that problem.
What problem?
Wives and cats and kids.
Correct. I've got kids, but they're too old to be bothered.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, you're not little anymore.
I had one ring me up today, wanted to picking up from Manchester because trains are on strike, so I had straight to Manchester.
Good old dad.
Correct.
Dad to the rescue.
Correct. She's you know on holiday from university. She rang me up and said, "There's no trains. Can you come and get me?"
Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah, all trades is on strike today.
Yeah.
But it's like Callum. He had another interview on Friday.
I'd love to go back to the days of carefree sex and egg sandwiches.
In what order?
Carefree what?
Carefree sex and egg sandwiches.
Yeah, I could do that.
Yeah.
In any order.
What order though?
Not bothered any.
Well, if you get it in bed afterwards, it's even better.
You'll text as it comes, Richard.
If you get past an egg sandwich afterwards, it's even better.
As long as they don't cut the sandwich up into them silly little posh triangles.
Tea, coffee, egg sandwich.
Me and Richard were on about Pre-Millet other night on Ritz crackers. You know that squeezable cheese.
Yeah.
Still ain't got one.
No, I haven't. I forgot all about it.
Chris. Yeah, we're on about it other night, Johnny, and we said it's one of them things you don't need no forks, no knives, just a Ritz cracker, two Pre-Millet cheese on cracker. There you go.
I forgot all about it, and I've bloody well been in shop.
It comes out the same way.
But yeah, we were on about it. We got started on about it, and Richard says, "Do you know where I haven't seen for years?" And he says that squeezable cheese in tubes.
Yeah.
And I were looking. Iceland do it. They all do it. Iceland,
Wind's getting up.
Asda, Morrison's, you name it. It's just that we haven't sort. It's one of them things where, when you don't have a tendency to look for it, if you know what I mean, it's probably been there all the time. It's just that we've not noticed it.
Yeah. It's true as that.
I get
I'll be
the
honest, I thought it was
vitamins are cheaper because they come in like recyclable packet things.
Well, you see what I do, Johnny. I mean, you know, with that omega-3. Yeah, I've ordered some of that glucosamine from them.
Vitamin C. That's a full bag now.
You see, we can't find them, you know, them dissolvable ones that you have or had. Can't find them anywhere, as they don't seem to do them anymore.
I need to restock.
I've ordered some off Amazon.
Pound shop do them.
Okie dokie then, Tim. Don't worry about it.
Well,
yeah, that's the thing, Optimus. You know what I mean? You don't notice it if you're not looking for it. But, you know, same as I said to Chris, I said, where soft cheese and cottage cheese and everything is. But that area.
Yeah.
Oh, you're about cottaging. That's a completely different thing.
No, we're on about that Primula cheese in tube.
That's the one you don't have a car to flash your lights in.
Oh dear, but yeah. I don't know what got us on about it other night, Richard.
I can't remember what set it going.
Yeah, I can't remember what the conversation was, but then Richard turned around and says, you know what I used to enjoy, and I haven't seen it for ages, is that Primula cheese that you know, squeezable in
You
tube.
just get a Ritz
I
crack.
do eat a lot of cheese. I like cheese.
And away you went. No mess, no knife, no watching up. Bingo. We're brilliant.
Gary says Canal Street Cottages Cove. Nice.
Bring your own pillow.
Anyway. Hi, Crypto. How are you?
Hello, Crypto.
Oh.
Have you put that piss pot under your bed?
What have I missed?
No, when we're on about Gazundas, and she says there's no piss pot under my bed.
Probably got flowers in it.
Took kids to play centre today. Luke sat next to me the entire time asking when he could go.
Oh yeah, that's it. Optimus says Bill were on about that processed floppy cheese. That's what got us on conversation of cheese.
Don't take a 16-year-old to a play centre because they will not play.
Did he refuse to?
Oh, he sat there going, that means Acorn, that's where we live.
Oh God.
One more hour and he went. I said, take your shoes off and have a bounce, you went. I took him for his haircut. He found his haircut more exciting than being in the place.
Whatever floats his boat, Johnny. I mean, obviously, probably all other kids there were littlings, you know what I mean? And it's just not his thing.
He won't. He's into gaming and stuff. As soon as he gets here, he goes, can I play on the PS2 in the summer? Yeah.
Oh.
Got lots of extra games over the week. There's about 30 games for it now.
But, yeah.
Good on the games.
Yeah,
Lego Star Wars and all that. He plays that on PS2, and I can't. I'll just run along behind him. I can't fucking play games.
What's that game, Johnny?
Lego Star Wars.
Right. Well, I've heard of it.
But... just made of Lego. The whole thing looks like it's made of Lego. Computer game. It's. Catlin will know what I mean.
Crypto, yes, no piss pot.
You want a shiwi then, Crypto, if you didn't want to go out to bed.
Yeah, you want a shiwi and an extension pipe.
Siphon pipe. Oh dear.
You know what a shiwi is, Richard?
No. It's, some of
It's
the
a
women.
it's like a cup. It's shaped like a. It's
Ah,
basically a cup
yeah.
a woman can put against a bits and bobs and piss
All right.
into a
So
bag,
yeah.
like a travel piss pot kind of
Yeah,
thing.
they just squat down and do a wow wee.
Just basically, it's just a cup thing to stick on a bit. It's not saying it.
Yeah.
A bit of plumbing.
We've had this conversation before.
You can stand next to Salt's hard shoulders, show everybody you've got a bigger dick.
Tell you something, it's flipping roasting tonight. It's hot.
Yeah, it is warm, right?
I've got
17
fans
here.
going. I've got bloody window open. It's still 26 degrees in here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
17
the
in here.
kiwi, Richard.
Oh, fire. Is that something you put ice cream in? Like a bloody ice cream scoop.
Hey, Richard, you can hold the chair legs for it.
It says, hydromate we travel female urinal funnel for women.
Yeah, but when you use it, does it not dribble out bloody bottom?
Sturdy,
Only if you
small and
forget to
lightweight.
use the gasket, Richard.
Portable for travel like in camping car. Pee standing up in a bottle.
Ah, right. So you've got a bottle as well, right? Got you.
Does it have a gasket? Don't want to break the seal, do you?
It just looks like some sort
It
of
says,
ice cream
Pee
scoop.
standing up into a toilet, urinal bottle or a bush. No more hovering, squatting or splashing.
It passes a spoon.
Hi, Jennifer.
Jennifer. Oh, you got the
No says she'd
Hi,
put
Jennifer.
ice cream in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the side view look or the above view.
All right. I reckon you can put icing on stuff with that.
Which end you blowing?
Oh dear.
A shiwi. Ah.
For those drippy moments, you know, when you can't get to the loo.
What do we have for men? Is it called a cock sock?
Oh dear.
It's made by Hose Lock.
They have cock socks for when you go on sunbed. Yes, Jennifer, I
Most
do
of
know
it is
the
made by
I do
Hose
know
Lock.
the big pub in Darwin. I know where it is. I haven't been in for years.
But yeah. How come we've gone on from cheese to chiwis? It's Richard's fault.
I couldn't say something disgusting that we carried on with the cheese theme. That was
Yeah,
a joke.
I'd sooner squat behind an edge than stick one of them round me doodah. Yeah, but there is sort of extension things that you can put on. You can attach a tube to it, attach it down there, and then it goes into whatever container you've got.
Anybody want any Lucozade?
I'd be frightened
It's
of it
still warm.
eating me.
It's still warm.
Yeah, can you imagine putting it in a Lucozade bottle?
You know, something, the original one, you wouldn't notice till it was too late, would you? Oh, is this a new citrus one?
The one with the tangy flavour.
The one you used to piss on your lemons. Hey, all my tomatoes are doing good now. I've redone them all. Repotted them all in proper soil. Not that crap I bought from Morrison's.
Oh.
I bought compost from Morrison's, Richard. Nothing. Nothing.
But
Not even the soil grew. So I've repotted them all now into a load of old compost I had, right? And they're already coming up now. Shooting up.
I try my best, Jennifer. I mean, on Wednesday night, I were a bit
Hey,
down.
I've got one tomato on my tomato plant as well. One. so I can have a nice small salad.
We want tomato on it.
It's a start though.
There's
Got
cucumbers
one.
or anything? Are they growing?
Yeah,
or-
I've got they're only about that big at the moment. Nothing to
Yeah.
be proud of.
You're waiting for them to grow a bit bigger.
But it is though, it's growing up like a vine, the one with the cucumbers on it. So it's starting to wrap its way around.
I've heard about pissing in the wind, but that takes the biscuit. But yeah, you know,
Yeah, the cucumber plant like latches on. It's got like these little swirls that hooks on. It just ends up spreading its way about.
but yeah.
I was pissing in wind last weekend up Scotland. Proper pissing in wind.
I bet you were. What a place though, Richard. What a place. Beautiful place.
It did look nice.
I've
Bit
been watching it
remote,
on the live traffic updates to see. Well, I've got aeroplanes and that, and it actually shows where all the ferries and the cruise liners and stuff
It's
are.
nice,
Well.
but it's very windy. I mean, luckily on the day of the wedding, the sun came out, and it were windy.
Apart from that, it's hang on to your door.
Yeah,
when it come on, when it's Saturday night, it absolutely pissing it down.
that's right, yeah. And Sunday morning, the day of the wedding, when I got up, it was raining. But about 11 o'clock, it stopped.
Gary, you dirty git.
This is little single mums in area robbing them from the garden. It's cucumbers.
Well, I think they're going to have to wait a while before they get any meaningful relationship from my cucumbers.
They're going to have to
growing,
wait
yeah.
a while, are they, Johnny?
Do you know what I'm growing them in? You know those mini plaster buckets that you get with handles on them? They're like
Oh,
rubber
yeah.
buckets. Them with some holes drilled in them. Yeah. But it's starting to wrap its way around the top of the greenhouse, so I think once it works its way across, there'll be more coming out of it.
Oh, bless you, Jennifer.
But my tomato tower things, they've got big tomato plants growing in between them now.
Cucumber droop. Oh, dear.
Well, I could take a photograph, Gary, but it's not one I'd want to share.
Ooh,
Not unless it's
look
on
at-
the OnlyFans.
Oh, last week when I had my ribbons on, you can see it's still it was wet then, but the sun came out afterwards.
But yeah, I mean, nobody knows I mean, Richard, I think we had
We've
a
got some
conversation.
project things going as well. There,
Wednesday.
we're looking
I'll tell you something. I was that down in dumps on Wednesday. I nearly said, Kitten, you know, I'm not doing it anymore. I don't want to be on YouTube, blah, blah, blah. I will, you know, that were it. I was gonna jack it all in.
Just need
And sort of,
I'm
yeah,
all right
Chris,
now. The last few weeks has just been getting out.
it's like this. Chris said, well, look how hard you've worked on your channel. A lot of people look to you for inspiration.
You're a good
Well,
woman.
not so much inspiration, but you know. But we've all been there, Johnny. You know, I just didn't feel myself on Wednesday.
It's just
So-
getting me stuff, and then obviously having another baby in the house. It's like fucking hell.
Well, that's it. You know.
don't realise how hard it is when the baby comes back in.
Oh, thank you, Crypto. But yeah, that's
All
just
right.
how I felt on Wednesday, Crypto, and hence the reason I was saying something about Sinead O'Connor, and she was younger than me, and you know, it makes you think of your own more. I was just in a difficult place, but
What's the documentary Sinead O'Connor did a few years ago?
What?
Not about R.I.P. Sinead O'Connor. She did a documentary thing a few years ago, and I watched it the other night. Incredible.
is that when she converted to Islam?
No, it's not about when she first started shaving her hair, why she did it.
Oh.
Apparently, she had a few sisters, and her mother were a horrible woman. And she used to say that one of her sisters was ugly all the time because she had ginger hair and the other kids didn't. So she used to deliberately just say, she'd say Sinead was her beautiful daughter, and that the other daughter with the ginger hair wasn't. So that the ginger haired little girl shaved all her hair off.
There's no wrong with ginger hair.
It was just awful. So her sister, Sinead, shaved hair off as well. It's like solidarity for her sister.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
after that, she just kept her hair off. She just kept it like that.
Yeah, thank you. I'm glad of all your support, but you know what I mean. Everybody knows at some point what depression does to you, and that I was just in that I was just in that bad place. You know what I
For
mean?
me, it's not just having a major what the fuck moment. You know what I mean?
I think everybody gets a bit that way sometimes, where you just get fed up. I get it a lot, especially this past year, because I've gone from being surrounded by people to being on my own every single damn day. And sometimes I just think, what the hell am I doing? You know what
Exactly, and that's just the way I was thinking, Richard, on Wednesday evening. I mean, me and Richard and Tim spoke afterwards, and I said, I don't know what it is. I says, I was just ready to jack it all in. I mean, I've gone through worse than, you know what I mean? Well, I mean, I've explained to you about, trying to be bullied off of YouTube,
I think worst
I
time
just
for me were,
pretending I was all right when I
worst
was.
time for me was Christmas Day.
If I'm all
morning,
right, I'm a sarcastic. But if I'm not, I just
and
people
New
don't see.
Year's Day. So
If I don't feel well out like that, you don't see me.
yeah, Richard, it's got to hurt.
Yeah, when you get your physical health right, then your mental health takes a fucking
on
nosedive.
Christmas, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Christmas Day.
You find out
morning,
that a lot of your aches and pains are due to stress. Because when you get really stressed, it just knocks the shit out of you.
That was the hardest one for me. Christmas Day morning, when I just got up and it was just me, and I just thought, Jesus, this is.
I'm not looking forward to this.
I've never had this. I haven't had this in all my life of being on this planet. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But it's. I think some point in life we all go through that stage where,
Well, I'm taking some of my TikTok stuff, Gary, and sticking it on YouTube, and whether they like it or not, it's tough to.
it's I can't really explain. You think to yourself, what's
Like I
going?
said,
You know what I mean?
As quick as you delete me, I can make another email address. Simple as that. I'm on my third account now.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm talking like years ago, crypto. I mean, I stood strong and I didn't let them bully me off YouTube. If I can endure that, I can endure anything. But
I've only had a couple of people try and do that, and let's put it this way: they're not on YouTube anymore.
Well, exactly, and that's the point I was trying to make. They tried bullying me, but I stood firm. And I carried on regardless, and they're no longer on YouTube anymore.
I've typed in their channel, completearsehole.com, and they're not there anymore.
But yeah, you know what I mean. I think it applies to everybody.
And I got called a fake friend by the one who I thought I was a good friend with, and I said, "Well, I'm not. It's just that I'm not getting involved in your shit." So she went, "Well, you're no true friend to me," and started slagging me off on fucking YouTube and saying, "Oh, whatever, you silly cow."
That's it.
And she's not around anymore, I don't think, unless it's on a Weight Watchers channel. She fought because she had the biggest pair of knockers you've ever seen. That it made her something special, and it wasn't.
Yeah. The more of a burden, you know what I mean. The more of a burden than out else.
The rest of them, never mind.
Never mind. Long time since I've seen a pair.
Gary said, "If you've the number, I'll ring them, give them a threat with my accent." that person on my thing, yeah, no.
Hang on a minute, what accent have you got, Gary?
They disappeared. They disappeared into non-existence, and
They come on a different thing and say, "Can it be like you were before?"
Oh yeah, and then they created a new account, come into me chats one day and says, "Oh, I'm sorry for everything that's gone off. Will you forgive me? And can it be like it were before?" And I went, basically, yeah.
Full screen for that. Belfast. Oh, fucking hell.
I says, for what you've put me through, I says, there's no way on this earth I might be able to forgive you, like I said a certain person not so long back, but no. No.
Belfast accent. No, you are not tarmacking my drive, Gary. I don't want any Lucky Charms either.
He says giving them 24 hours to leave the house.
I need some more pegs if you got any.
But yeah.
Yeah.
I want old wooden pegs again, me. The new pegs are crap. Just ping across fucking garden and you end up lawnmowering them.
I just don't like them plastic ones.
Oh, they do. You one ping and they're pinged across fucking garden.
And spring flings, them plastic pegs. You don't like them, do you?
The only problem with the wooden ones is you leave them out in your clothes, don't they?
Off in your hand.
You get the wooden ones.
It says they snap off in your hand. Talking about pegs here, dear.
Just ping across garden, you think he's been shot
And then,
at.
and then spring thing in middle, just where the that gone down?
Oh, you find out when you're cutting grass with lawnmower.
But yeah, I mean, I'm all right now. I feel a lot better now than I did Wednesday. I don't know. It was just I got up in that kind of sort of, in that frame of mind, and you know how hard it is.
Your mind works overtime.
It does, and that's my problem, Richard.
You overthink things.
Yeah, and that's exactly the conversation that me and Richard had on Wednesday.
Yeah.
You're
I
overthinking
get like
things.
that sometimes. And you end
But
up,
when you're sort of sat in your own mind, and you do tend to overthink things, you know what I mean? But
yeah, I get like that.
You see, the issue I have, I hate the government, don't I? So the fact that they've done what they've done
I've
as
not
well.
noticed, Johnny.
No. Sorry, Richard. I tried to keep it hidden.
not very well.
I was watching your news reporter videos this afternoon.
Oh, that's no. You should see me on TikTok. I'm on my third account. I sent him a message back saying,
He's on his third account. What you on now, Johnny? 10?
No, my third. But I've been monitored. Everything I typed, even if I said hello with a hashtag, they fucking delete it.
Oh God, that dickhead's back.
I back up my videos. I've got them all shared. All them.
Hey, look, you can't do what Chris did. He got banned on Facebook and didn't even know why he'd been banned.
I left Facebook of my own choice. I couldn't be arsed with Facebook. Then I couldn't be arsed with Instagram because you just get harassed on it constantly. Weird messages. Come and check out my tits now and chill.
I told you not to tell everybody, Johnny.
I keep getting them. Chinese women want to marry me and all this lot, and I keep saying, "Well, come on then." And
It's the ones that like every single picture you've got in your fucking thing.
Yeah. Nobody ever turns up. 25-year-old Ukrainian woman wants to move in with you. And I think, well, yeah, I'll give you
Hey, well, I've got
yeah, but you've got to be married so you can kick the wife.
Move in.
They never ever come. Pardon the pun.
Yeah, Jennifer says her autism gets her down. But this is the thing, that's I think partly mine's like stress, anxiety, and it just sort of it sort of all culminates, and you keep a lot of things in, and I think that's the problem. Rather than keeping it in, talk to somebody about it, you know what I mean? And it makes you feel better. But yeah, I mean, I part nest, caravan. You know what I mean? It don't matter. It don't. I mean, I always say this. It don't matter.
I do read the Light as well.
Yeah, she'll be here in morning.
Never even heard of that, Johnny. Anyway,
It's a free newspaper. It's independent.
Oh.
Independent media. It's not to do with mainstream media. It's a private
anyway,
run
yeah.
paper.
Oh, you're at home, are you? But
It's a monthly one.
I always say it don't matter what your ailment or what you're suffering from. We never discriminate against anybody, and that's the thing. It's a place where you can come, you can have a laugh. You know, we never discriminate against anybody.
Yeah, but if you break your legs, don't come running to us.
Johnny.
There's a disclaimer at the end of the show.
Even Chris was laughing at that, Johnny. Oh,
If you stick around, there's a disclaimer at the end.
What I'm doing, I'm just sorting my shop out. I didn't do it.
look at him.
Who's that?
But yeah, a bit more way.
Chris, he says, if I'm not joining in as much, he says I'm trying to sort my shop out.
Hey, Richard, they don't get any better looking cashiers than me, that old lad.
What's he said? Didn't get any of that.
Says
I didn't even.
he says you can go to Tesco's and Sainsbury's. He says, but you're not getting any better looking cashiers than me. Yeah, living in a fantasy land, that one.
Oh.
Depends how much your bags for life are, Chris.
There's a few bad ones at Tesco's. I'll say there's one woman.
I asked in Aldi the other day, so why are you keeping carrier bags behind the counter now? It's because we have people walking up with boxes of them.
There's one in Tesco's, and she's not mega old, but I'd say she's mid to late 60s, possibly older. I don't know, but it looks like she does her makeup while she's on Walter. Shop.
Look like she's been graffitied.
Yeah, it's like her lipsticking, like whoop and whoop and whoop and whoop. And I'm thinking, does she know what she looks like? Does nobody ever say it?
Honestly, don't do it in mirror then, Richard.
She's allergic to makeup. It makes her sneeze.
She puts like a bright blue thing on her eyes, and it sort of goes yup, down here like. And
here's me saying, Richard, you don't discriminate against anybody.
That's got how to get ready in 7 minutes.
But she's a good bag packer. She packs your bags for you and everything, but
She bright orange.
she just looks weird.
They don't buy any fresh rolls. She rubs off on them.
Oh dear, but yeah.
But next to you, look. Hey, she could read the weather. Have you seen everything? It's fucking orange and red.
Yeah, she's a funny one.
You're saying they've had the hottest day ever in Italy, right? No, it went 43.8. But 2000 and I think it was 14 or something. It hit about 60. They're just fucking going.
Mary wants to know she's got bingo wings.
I don't know. She has a uniform. She's dead pleasant to talk to. She's right polite and everything, but when she looks at me, I can't help but stir because it's the same every day. It's like some days her lipstick goes off up this way, then it'll go down that way or up that way, and I just think, bloody hell, are you doing this as a joke or what? What's going on?
Bless her heart.
She must be like that, putting it on in the morning.
I put it on while she's driving.
I don't know. It's weird. And you think if that one of her colleagues would tell her and say, look, whatever she's called, you're a bit dodgy with Lippy, you need a bit of practice. But they obviously don't.
But never mind, eh? Same as you say, she's pleasant enough. She's
Oh yeah, she really is. I mean, they all are.
she-
And in Sainsbury's as well, they are. I mean, they pack your bags for you and everything. You don't have to pack your bags. They do it all
If you
for
do
you.
the old breads, Gary, you get rid of the bingo wing.
They do everything for you. You just take your stuff to wallop and they bag it up and everything.
That's the biggest muscle in your body, in your arm, that one.
It's same with me, Johnny. Look,
But that's the beauty of these little Tesco locals and Sainsbury's locals. That's what they do, you know. Going big Sainsbury's, the massive one, and you get jack shit.
They're private, they have an owner, and then they use the name Tesco, and that's why everything is a little bit more pricey, you know, from a supermarket version.
Everything in big
it's
Sainsbury's.
same with all little Asda down here. They've got a lot of stuff they ain't got in down there that they've got in big Asda. But
Limited stock.
Chris will look at pricing Weetabix other day when we made that cornflake tart of the week. £6 something for a pack of Weetabix.
£6.40.
£6.47.
There's a guy on TikTok and he goes up around all different supermarkets saying, "Do you know what the prices are and what they've gone up by? Fucking hell, everything."
But this is no word of a lie. It priced cornflakes up in Asda and they were £4 something. Got same box in Home Bargains for £2. £2 odd.
Full size block of cheese now, like an Asda or anywhere like Morrison's, about nearly a £5 a fucking block.
It's ridiculous, isn't it? I mean, who's going to pay £6 odd for a box of Weetabix? In fact, who eats Weetabix nowadays?
You give me heartburn, to be honest.
I used to like Weetabix as a kid with hot milk, but that's about it.
I'm just going to go give her a kiss night, won't be a minute.
Night, Keena.
Hi, Keena.
But yeah,
Where's my kiss? I don't know. Ooh.
yeah, £6 odd for a box of Weetabix.
No. Have you seen the price of a tin of Heinz beans? What, like £5.80 for a box of 4?
I'm glad we only get cheap ones. You have to. You know,
I still tried to price comparison with beans to bags for life. 30p.
But yeah, I mean, we just get cheap. Cheap Asda ones is just as tasty as Heinz. Yeah. You know, you have to save the pennies nowadays.
Oh man, they keep blaming everything on Ukraine. You just can't keep using that old.
No. And this is the thing. Who were it other day? British Gas record profits.
Yeah.
Yeah, billion.
And they've got the brazen balls to admit to the millions of profits. Yet they're not passing it on to customers. There's still that price cap, and they're still charging some people £2,000 a month for the gas. And then they're boasting.
It's beyond me because I pay £51.50 for my electric every month, but I only use 27 quid's worth every month. So why do they charge me double? It's beyond me.
This is the thing.
I'm £2.50.
But, you know, it's like Tim, don't pay £6 a box, Tim. Go for cheaper version. But anyway, but yeah, it's like, can you imagine? I mean, can you remember when fuel prices rocketed and that was blamed on Ukraine? But now slowly they're coming down.
Yeah.
So why can't British Gas do the same? If they're getting the, you know, why can't they pass it on to the suppliers rather than, you know, okie dokie then, Kirsty.
£1 million during the.
I get mine off. I don't get mine off British Gas. I get mine off some other bugger.
Just short of £1 billion in profit, just from UK.
Yeah. But this is the thing.
Most of the UK electric stuff is owned by EDF, which is bloody French.
But this is the thing. This is the thing.
They privatise the gas and electricity network.
They're boasting they're all this profit that they're making. So why can't they pass that on to the customers?
It's not how it works, is it? When they don't give a shit.
But yeah,
you get to stick everybody onto meters that couldn't afford the bills.
Yeah, I said to Chris, I don't know how they've got the goal to, you know, announce on national TV, oh, we've made nearly £1 billion in profit. Yet you've got people struggling with electric and gas.
I'll tell you something. There'll be a few jumpers and quilts going around people before I'm switching heating on.
But yeah,
My computer warms this room quite well.
hey up, I'll tell you something. We've completely got no hot water at all now. Hi Gordo, how are you?
Oh,
You know how I said when you switched it on, it was coming on, off. It's not even doing that now. I reckon boilers.
You still ain't got anybody out yet?
August 16th, I think they're not coming out till.
Oh,
Same as
Even though
Chris said.
they're not allowed to leave you with no eating, are they? Or have you got eating?
I don't know.
We
No,
won't
no,
have it.
we've not had eating on for God knows how long. But yeah, same as Chris said.
Actually, you couldn't really pull that one at the moment, could you? Say,
They won't come out any sooner because we've got an electric shower, you see.
We'll say,
So they're waiting
on his
years.
colour. So I've got to
You
drive
know,
in
if you've got, the wherewithal where you can have a wash, if you know what I mean. But not taking into consideration, I can't stand in shower.
What are you on about, Gary? My boiler's been busted since 1977. What are you
No,
calling
Gordo, I didn't find it. I don't even know where the link, where it went. Where did you send it to? I'm a bit lost with this link. You have to try and send it me again, but I
So
don't
it's his
know where
mum's
it
house
was.
heating system. So remember them back boilers you used to have in back of your gas fire years ago?
Hey, I can remember back boilers behind open fire, and my
Yeah.
grandma she used to have to get a poker, and they were like this ring dangling, and you used to pull it down if you wanted hot water, and it'd like eat your water up then. But
He could hit chimney walls shuddering when it fired.
I was on about his brain. But yeah,
Oh dear.
we could ring up and sort of play
I wasn't born until 76. I mean, boiler can't ring that
the
much.
disabled card, but they're still going to say the same thing. Well, you've got a shower, so that's no excuse. But not taking into account, yeah, the easiest thing for me is to have a bath. You know what I mean? I can't stand up in shower.
Mine's at middle of my bath. It's bloody stupid.
But yeah, our shower's right to end, and Chris and Callum prefer a shower.
Well,
Yeah, I can't have a shower.
shower.
I can't stand up long enough to have a shower. And the only thing is, if you take it off at hook and do it manually, it goes cold.
Fuck's sake, that house is not doing that well, is it?
But I said to Chris, this won't surprise me, Johnny. If they come out, say your boiler's busted, they'll just order parts and fix it rather than put a new boiler in, because part of them renovations is putting a new boiler in.
That's why they're asking about doing out with it.
Yeah, and for ages now, Johnny, they've resorted to ordering parts for it, and engineers that have come out and said, well, ideally you could do a new boiler, and they've said that for years.
So is yours an association house?
It's places for people. Is it an housing association?
Yeah, it will be. Yeah.
I've got it.
But yeah,
Yeah, it will be. It will be. We have something called Connect housing and that over here, and Ridings housing and all that. It's just private.
but normally, if you report something, they're quite good at, coming out in a hurry.
His brother's had a Connect house for years, and he's had a leaking radiator in the kitchen for about 5 years, and he's ended up just switching it off. So
Well, this is the thing. I mean, we had one come off at wall here, and it was like a quagmire one day when we come down, and it had soaked halfway across the floor. They were quite on the ball coming out to that.
This little one was leaking, but I redid them myself.
You know what I mean? We've had about that boiler no end of times. That's why we've got that
Within 2 weeks of being here.
the UFO thing in downstairs toilet, and that's all to do with flow.
I think because the house had been empty in nearly 2 years. This one house, I don't know why. It's supposed to be under repair, but I don't think they ever. Well, I can't see.
I
I
says,
can't see out that they've done.
because Chris said to me, says, do you think they'll put us a new boiler in? I says, very unlikely. If that's part of the renovations or that's included in the renovations, I don't think so. I think they'll just get a part for it, or sorry, you've got to wait another 2 weeks because we've got to order a part for it.
I think it's a pressure thing, and that's why it won't build pressure to give you hot water or anything.
But this is the thing we can't understand. Like, I've even on the wall, there's like a switch where you switch it on, and there's like a fuse thing that you pull out. I've even put a new fuse in that, and it did jack shit.
Oh, yeah, fuck up, Daddy Long.
I've got to clear my tank out, Gordo. That's going to be. There's only the catfish left now. He's had the.
Why did you nearly have a major disaster?
Anybody want a catfish?
I know. Oh shit! It's coming round here now.
I need to sell that bloody thing. Actually, I'm glad I remembered that. I've got to get rid of the catfish before I can shut the tank down, clean it, and put it all back together. But I'm only going to have tropical fish. I'm not having any catfish in it anymore.
But it's ridiculous, isn't it? I mean, this is a glowworm. Now, it must be donkey's years old.
Bloody glowworm.
Yeah, glowworm. Yeah, ancient.
Yeah, as bad as Laura, still having a pound meter.
But anyway, they've been out to it several times. We'll order this part. We ain't got that part on van, so we've got to order it. So then you've got to wait another 2 weeks for this part coming in. Yeah.
I'm sorry, but Antiques Roadshow can be a bit slow at postage.
We've had a UFO fitted in downstairs toilet.
Oh well, UFO.
It's honestly, Richard, it's like a grey, like a sphere, right? And they've tapped in. What they've done is the pipe weight coming down wall that goes to, because we've got like a little tiny radiator in the toilet downstairs.
See you later, Mark.
Okie dokie then. Thank you for coming in, Mark.
Is that a euphemism?
What?
He says he's off to the docks for work.
Oh, anyway. So they've like tapped into the pipe work that feeds the radiator, and the pipe, there's like one of them flexi pipes that goes to this sphere, and it's supposed to help with circulation of water.
I bet that's shut down and knocked everything off. Normally when they add something, that's the bloody thing that breaks.
Oh dear. Nearly pierced lining in this pond. That would have been a catastrophe.
I'm seriously considering turning my hole in the garden into a pond.
He says, running the cables and piping for the pump, started drilling. Lucky I realised there was one section down. Stopped before I pierced the lining, just filled the hole I made with silicone. So condensate pond would have been all over.
I'd have to lift up the circle of mine and put the liner in and then put it back down. Probably.
But yeah, it's like me and Chris are taking bets. He says, what you betting? They say, oh, well, you need a new boiler. And I'm
that battery pool that bust.
And
I
it's,
could use that as a liner.
yeah, and I'm saying, you must be joking. Order a part. I says, about any money, we have to wait another 2 weeks or 3 weeks for this part coming in. And that's...
When you first came on, you on about the ants. I've got the flying ones coming out of my wall.
Oh, we've not seen any. Can you remember when we were talking about them not so long back and we said they were everywhere? We just put some, we've got some proper ant powder. So we just put it around bottoms at...
bleach and boiling water does them good. You can even...
I don't like talcum powder either because they've got to walk in it. So, you know...
They crackle like popcorn with boiling water. They sound like mini lobsters.
If you ain't got any like proper ant powder, just put talcum powder down.
I bought my big compressor into the garden to pump on my car tyres up. The vibration up floor, all fucking ants went mental. It's like coming out from everywhere.
Did it?
They're in the wall, and
Oh,
they're
you're
in the
not-
path. But if
not
you go up
doing
the
that.
street, they're in every wall. You can see them all digging up the sand under there.
Chris took a picture of a bee on our lavender. Now, it was very unusual because it got a red arse.
Depends where they've been dipping it.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's that video?
They were looking for a female or queen bee to have a bit of...
How's your father?
Send it me, baby, if you've got
You know
it.
when you see bees just on the floor and they look like they're dying and you don't know why?
Yeah,
When the queen bee flies through the sky, they have sex with her while she's flying through the sky. And when they're finished, they die. So that's why they just land in bloody
but
dies.
yeah, this were really unusual. It were one with a red horse.
So they have a bonk in the sky and that's it. The crash land.
A quick in midair. Yeah, light a fuel down the hole, then set fire to it. No more ants.
So even if you get a little bee, right, that looks half alive, right, and you give it something to drink and all,
Chris
it's
is gonna
gonna
send
die.
it me. But it was really unusual. And it gone up close, and it were on that you know about that lavender art pipe. Gary says it might have had a good whipping. It was really unusual, Gary.
I was all around garden.
It got like an orange and black body, but then right at very tip, it were red.
Can't find it.
Can't find it.
Look in your catalogue.
I'll just look on Facebook, see if I can find it on Facebook, because I did post it on Facebook.
Type in Google red ass bees. Oh, I've seen that, yeah. When they dug it all out, it was just like this entire, like
That's not too bad.
a bloody maze thing, wasn't it?
Ooh, I've gone on Chris's profile on. It says digital creator.
I've been on there since I started.
I've actually bought an editing app. There you go. How's that? You cut video editing.
You cut video editing. You heard of that one, baby?
No.
It's a pro version.
Oh,
I don't know how to use it.
I think I've seen that point. That's where they poured aluminium down and they pulled it out. It's like a bloody big tree, isn't it? Where all
I just found a picture.
tunnels and everything go.
I'll put that on it a second. Get
I've
back
seen
to
something
you.
similar to that.
I'm having a minute from that now. I've got something to do now.
Yeah.
Because you've got the.
God, is it on your profile?
Eh?
Got to be, hasn't it?
Gotta be.
Ah.
You found it.
Yeah.
You found it. I bet it's on the other computer.
What's it look?
Oh, it's the long-haired red-ass bee.
Well, I've never seen one before like it.
Oh, yeah.
They call it the Yorkshire long-haired red-ass bee.
Because it can basically
Oh, let
flip
me
you
just
off.
look. I am going to Google it now.
They're a sighting usually found on lavender plants in Sheffield.
I was looking something up here.
It's saying here on Wildlife Trust thing. Living up to its name, the red-tailed bumblebee is black with a big red tail. Red-tailed bumblebee is a very common bumblebee, emerging early in the spring and feeding on flowers right through to the autumn. It can be found in gardens, farmland, woodlands, edges, hedgerows and heathland, anywhere there are flowers to feed on. It's a social bee, nesting in old burrows or under stones as the other social insects. The queen emerges from hibernation in spring and starts the colony by laying a few eggs that act as workers. Both the males and the old queen die in the autumn, but then new queens.
Bit of a shit life, isn't it?
Bit like your father in your brown bread.
Correct. Oh, I'd be a long liver then at that game. I'd live forever if I were a bee.
It says the female red-tailed bumblebee is a very large black bumblebee with a big red tail, and males are smaller. So that looks like it could be a female then.
It will be. It's shoving an Hoover around.
What, banging at your door at 6 o'clock in the morning?
I'm just stocking up on some nectar before I have a long sesh.
Yeah.
An all night.
Yeah. That's true. Hey, I won't mind. I watched a program about them praying mantis, and the one male praying mantis thought his luck were in, and he found this orchid mantis, and David Attenborough's commentated, and this mantis feels like his luck's in, and he just bites his head off, and he said, "But not today."
Can you imagine having your head bit off after you've had a bit of ride your father?
Before, he never even got on desk, just bit his head off beforehand.
Oh, dear.
Can you imagine that? Yeah, he says, I think he thinks his luck is in, and it just went boom, but not today.
That's what you get for thinking your luck's in.
Yeah. They were an orchid mantis, and the orchid mantis, they look just like a flower. They don't look like praying mantis, like a flower. And this praying mantis walks up to it, and it just went boom, and bit his head off.
Oh dear. But it's the way of the ecosystem, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's
God, that's what you call giving head.
Can you imagine, biting a male's head off after you've had a bit of ride your father?
You need to have a big gob.
Well, they don't completely bite your head off, to just be moan at you afterwards. When you shout, Grambo, fetch your cloth.
Yeah. Grambo, fetch your cloth.
Yeah.
I bet you're glad you're not a praying mantis.
Yeah.
Hi, Tommy. How are you?
Hi, Tommy.
Right. We're just on
That's
about.
where the Yorkshire saying, getting your head bit off, come from.
We're just on about praying mantis. Once they've had a bit of ride your father, female bites his head off.
Yeah. As we call it, nagging.
If the male goes up and female don't fancy it, it still gets its bloody head bitten off.
Oh, yeah, as we call it, Richard, nagging.
Yeah.
I see what God knows.
Got some biting your head off to melting your brain.
Next James Bond film will be made to satisfy the world again. Bond will start off as a man and will transgender to a woman. The film will be called Coctopussy.
Sponsored by Skittles, Taste the Rainbow.
I think if I were a praying mantis, I'd go gay. I'd be a gay praying mantis, then at least I
You walk the other way, bitch.
Oh dear. Isn't it strange though?
Yeah, but when that go from having your head bit off to your other bit off.
or chopped off.
Yeah.
It were that
Animals do some weird things.
Bobby, whatever his name is,
Not the human.
his nether region you know, his meat.
Yeah.
Well, just got 2 veg now. He ain't got meat.
I think it's weird though what animals do. These little animals, well weird.
But yeah, it's.
I mean,
It is,
sea
it's
horses.
Especially in Scotland when they got to hang on to something.
Yeah.
But you know what amazes me as well is just by a bee coming into your garden, getting nectar from your flowers, and they go back to beehive and make honey.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's really something that really amazes
Plus, when they
me.
go from flower to flower, they're also cross-pollinating all the flowers, which is how
Yeah.
the world works, really.
I find
You know what I mean?
Imagine
Most
if
things are
women were like
cross-pollinated.
seahorses and they have sex and then they stuff all eggs inside bloke and say, or you could sort them out and do it.
Yeah, now you know what it feels like.
The men, it's the only animal where the men has the babies.
Yeah.
Seahorses. They don't have them, but they incubate the eggs in the
Like, oh, baby, can I tie you up tonight? And then they piss off out shopping with your bank card.
Yeah. So you give her a Rodrin, you put her in pudding club, and she gives out bloody eggs to you, and you're stuck with him, and she packs off to the next bloke.
Sounds like a Jerry Springer special.
Oh, yeah, it's a good life being a female seahorse. All you do is go up and down the ocean shagging every day.
That's why they, you know.
That's it.
Diddly, 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 diddly.
They're on
On to
nest
the next.
every day, and they never bring up a single child.
Oh,
Oops,
dear.
bonking the next furlong.
A few hurdles in the way.
Rubbing herself against some
Oh,
hedges.
yeah.
Jennifer says she loves your Darwin accent.
Is that what it is? A Darwin accent. Yeah, we're born in Darwin, Bull Hill Hospital in Darwin. Jennifer.
I
Yeah.
bought St Mary's Hospital.
Hey,
Leeds, which is now a
These
mental
three horses has got the right idea. Yeah, you've got me up in family way, so you can look after it.
Yeah, that's what they do.
They're not doing that. I was born at St Mary's
bloody
Hospital. I
eggs.
turned it into a mental hospital. I don't know if I'm still there.
Oh dear.
Literally, it's St Mary's. It's now actually a place for mental health.
Yeah, that's another one. Cuckoo, correct.
Yeah. Yeah, we've done where we've all. Yeah.
Sounds familiar, that Gordo.
Stick them in somebody else's nest for them to hatch them, and
I love watching them David Attenborough programs. I'm glad there's some of them.
Not actually in my case to get dropped off in a pram.
Unbelievable.
or cat litter tray.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot about that one.
Yeah.
He showed some whales. They swam on the side so the fins didn't poke out top, and they come up beach and just ate the seals. Boom, gone.
Oh yeah, they fire themselves up onto the beach, grab seals, and go back in the water.
And they swam up on the side so the fin didn't stick out water, so the seals didn't know they were coming. They just shot him like torpedoes. Boom, seal, gone. Like a drive-through.
Drive through.
Unbelievable.
Mm.
You've got to be grateful you're a human, because if you're not a human, you've no chance.
Can I have some dresses from 1,000 Islands? On that.
Do you want mayo on that?
You've no chance of
Got to
being
squeeze
an
the steel a
animal.
bit harder.
You're going to get eaten if you're an animal.
But I mean, I look at it this way, Richard. It's the cycle. It's the cycle, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's the eco cycle. You know.
Jennifer wants it to stay a quiet area as well, so you stay where you are.
Oh, moving closer to Richard.
Well, Richard moves further.
Gordo says, "Do you know why sea's salty? Don't you, Richard? It's all that milk sperm in the
Full of bloody animal jizz.
animal cheese."
Why do you think the sea's salty?
But yeah, you know, it's sort of
God, I like to go for a dip. Don't spoil it for me.
It's like our food chain. You know what I mean? Calves is born, they fattened up, then they kill them to put on our plate. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's only the same thing with these sort of whales and.
You see that Channel 4 thing where they did that fucking fake bloody chef guy saying, "Oh, human meat." You know them in them little tanks and shit. They've done a documentary where everybody's kicked off about it, saying, "Well, it ain't fucking funny." They actually pretended they had all these labs and you could buy meat, human meat, and you got to choose what age and who it come from. And then they went through to this other little like play area where there were children, and these children had meat taken from them. Oh, it was supposed to be a joke on Channel 4. This, you know that.
All right, a joke, obviously.
But people hadn't took it that way. All said it was absolutely disgusting.
It's like encouraging cannibalism, isn't it?
Yeah.
They literally had these tanks with bits of skin. And they had it in the chemical-rich water.
Joke or no
joke. And then they made fucking steaks out of it. And this guy's eating one of them, saying, "Oh, this is a bit tough." Saying, "Well, that was a 40-year-old woman called Linda. She was in It sounds funny saying it, but they were full on like a proper Channel 4 documentary, and people didn't see it as a joke at all. And said they were absolutely disgusting. And you could actually, a way of making money, you could actually log into the site, offer your part of your body where you want it, and then they give you money for it in instant payment and shit.
All right. I might do that instead of going shopping next time I run out of food. Just get a knife out. And
Yeah, I know. It'd be a bit too close to bone, though, don't you think, partners? There were nothing, you know. There was nothing that couldn't be done.
I might wait Chris in, Richard. I might
There's
go
nothing that couldn't be done.
for him. Oh dear. But yeah, now whether it's a documentary or whatever it is, it's.
Oh, I got loads of complaints, loads of people going on about it.
Yeah, it's not funny.
It's they made it up so it sounded, plausible.
Yeah.
Here's how we do it. Here's how you get paid. Here's how we grow it. Here's how we make it into a fucking steak. And here, enjoy a bit of Linda on the plate.
What's wrong with that?
And then he's eating one going, "Oh, this is really tender. Oh, well, she's only 23. For fuck's sake."
Yeah, I can understand why people are so up in here about it. Whether it's a documentary or whatever it is, it's just not right to promote that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's just Channel 4 all over, but that's what they do on
The
Channel
way of
4.
solving world hunger. Have a slice of your friend.
Bloody naked attraction they put on. Have you watched that?
No, brother.
Come here, darling. Sit next to my bacon slicer.
It's a bit like Blind Date, but you fully start.
Yeah, but that naked attraction. Some weeks it's fairly normal, but some weeks they have different people on, without saying too much, on live YouTube. If you get me drift.
Yeah.
Gone round the corner.
No, people with problems. And they're there naked with it's hard to explain.
Yeah, I mean it's like there's another program called Naked and Afraid, and they just drop them off in middle of nowhere, and they've got to, forage and whatever. Yet these people that they've been dropped in with, they don't know anything about them.
Yeah. I was naked and afraid in Benidorm about 25 years ago on a jet ski when it was like they have a wired jet ski and it pulls you out to this post and back. You're not on a board, you're on like a wire, and it set off. And first thing that went were my trunks, my shorts. I had to do full ride with no clothes on.
And you got off walking like a crab.
Well, I bounced off top of what happened is that as soon as it set off, I fell over and it dragged the skis off my shorts. So I just held on to this bloody thing and it shot out to sea, round this post and back again. And I'm walking back up beach with just my hand off.
You do tell.
That's what Peter want about.
best things, Richard. I can just imagine Richard walking up beach with his hand over his meat and two veg.
Correct. And we went to bed once I got to my towel, like I could cover myself up, but
Did you ever retrieve your shorts?
No, it says
yeah, I
Richard
did get it
throwing his
back.
shopping
I did get it
basket.
back.
Did they float back to shore?
No, I don't know, but the guy who retrieved the skis, he got them.
I can just imagine.
No, but the shark going around in a bright pair of boxers.
Before I was ready.
Holding on to this thing for dear life.
Yeah, it's like a jet ski, but instead of being on a boat, it's on a wire that goes out to sea, round a pulley, and drags you back, and it sets off at a hell of a speed. And I just weren't ready. He spoke some foreign language to me, and that woof gone.
Didn't give me a chance to
Harry's
say how much.
Richard showing his shopping basket.
Oh yeah. I was only about, I think I was 21 then, 21, 22, something like that.
Wait to impress the ladies, Richard.
Well, I was actually with a girl on holiday then. A girl before the wife, and she thought it
Oh dear.
She thought it highly amusing.
I'm just envisioning, not in a pervert way, but I can just imagine you going around this thing and then coming back to shore where everybody's on beach and you there without any kegs on or anything.
Correct.
Oh,
It's a funny beach at Benidorm. It's what they call a man-made beach. It's not a natural beach. It's if you can imagine cages full of rocks all stacked up, and then they pour sand over it, and that's what they do, and that's what it is at Benidorm. So when you walk out gently, then all of a sudden it's a big drop off, and you go woof into it.
Yeah. So suffice to say, you didn't go on them jet ski things again.
I can't remember.
Crypto wants to know if there's any cheese balls in your shopping basket.
No.
Not on shower night.
But yeah, you know what I mean. It's Jennifer put, oh my word, Richard.
Some of the good old days.
You've not heard a story until you've heard Richard. You know, some of the things.
That was the same holiday when I got poked off the guy with the daft hat on, and I laughed at him thinking he were on fancy dress, and I didn't realise he were a proper policeman. I was sleeping in a plant pot about 3 a.m. I went in this nightclub, and it was the first time I'd ever been there, and they just filled the room with froth bubbles I couldn't see out.
Yeah.
And I thought, I come out, I was like Marshmallow Man walking down the street. And I sat in this plant pot and fell asleep. And all about 3 hours later, there's somebody poking me with a stick. And all
Hey,
I
still, have
a
you seen
guy
that
with an hat like this.
Have you seen that cargo ship with 3,700 electric cars on it? It's still burning now. Burnt right big hole inside its ship.
And that's a container ship with electric cars on it. That don't bode well, does it?
Well, that sort out the electric's carbon footprint.
But yeah, honestly, Jennifer is always
it's
telling
literally burnt an hole inside a ship now, look. And they can't put it out. They can't put the fire out.
It's in best place, isn't it? It's sea. It's not going to do any harm there.
No.
But water won't put it out. The electric
some of the things he's told us, Jennifer, because he used to be a truck driver as well. He's not now, but yeah. Getting up one morning and they cut a great hole in his curtains outside of his truck.
Yeah, nicked all bloody
air dryers. Best about it though, Jennifer, it got thousands and thousands of pounds worth of perfumes on.
Never touched that.
Yeah, they just cut a hole, pallet in front on them were full of air dryers, so they just nicked off with air dryers, not knowing that next pallet down were full of perfumes worth thousands of pounds.
Really expensive perfume. Because when I rung up to boss, I said, God, you're not going to believe it. I said, I've been robbed. He says, for God's sake, they've not took perfume, have they? I said, no, they haven't touched it. And he said, thank God for that. And they'd had a look at the perfume. They'd opened one of the boxes and had a look at it and must have thought, oh, we can't sell this shit. But yet they took all air dryers.
I've probably sold them for about 50p.
Yeah, it wouldn't been to that much because they weren't expensive hairdryers. They were Tony and Guy, and I think they were about 25 quid in Argos.
But yeah, and then going down and dragging all Christmas lights down.
That was Southport, that. Southport.
Oh dear. Honestly, Jennifer, some stories is told us.
I'll never forget that copper though in Benidorm because I was covered in that bubbles coming out of this place and poking me. I'm thinking, who's this now poking me with a stick? And I looked at him, and he had one of them silly hats on that poked outside. I thought, is he in fancy dress, this guy? What's going on? He's at it, where is your hotel? Where is your hotel? Kept prodding me with his stick. And I'm telling him where to go, like, thinking, who's this pillow kind of fancy dress, like? And then when I saw gun and everything, I thought, whoa.
I better get out, plant pot, and go back to my hotel to sleep it off.
I can't remember. I said, but I know it's got a picture of a pelican on the roof.
Narrow zip down a bit.
It's the same hotel as they filmed Benidorm, the programming. That's how I knew. So, but back then, Benidorm didn't exist, you see, but it had a pelican in the roof, a Sol Pelicanus it's called. And since then, that's where they filmed Benidorm.
Oh.
It's comedy.
Partner says we're at Chanel number 5 there.
I've no idea. I've no idea. I can't remember where the hell it were going to off the top of my head. But it were expensive. I remember Gaffer saying to me each tube were like a lot of money.
That's it.
But I can't remember what it were.
The perfume that were doing rounds at the time.
The thing is, if you can cast your mind back a few years, there were a gypsy site that they were trying to shut down called something, I can't remember what it was called, even something like Old Something Common or something like that. And it'd been going on for years and they were trying to shut that down. Well, I didn't realise I were parked right next to that. In Basildon I were when I got robbed, Basildon.
Oh, I mean, no guesses for who would probably robbed you then.
Yeah, because they stole everything on foot. They didn't come in a car because you could see the tracks in the grass when they walked off through a bush.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was called, but it was a gypsy site, and it took them years to get it shut down. I can't remember the name of it. It was on news and everything. It was really well famous on news. I can't remember what it was called.
But yeah, it's. I mean, it's either they weren't all that bright, or they just, where they cut oil, just thought, well, whatever's behind this oil will. Yeah,
because I had loads of paint on as well, loads of 10-litre buckets of white emulsion for B&Q, and they never touched that. That obviously were too heavy and hard to sell, I don't know. Yeah,
the lightest and most easy accessible thing.
They went for the lightest and quickest stuff to ship.
Yeah.
4 pallets of hair dryers. No, it was something, it might have been, could have been, but I can't remember, but they were all over it news, and it were a proper camp, and it took them years to get rid of them, and eventually they went in with bulldozers and they handcuffed themselves to stuff and all that. It might have been Dale Farm. I just can't damn well remember.
I mean, I've seen something on like Google. I mean, there's one like in Nottingham, and year after year after year, they keep coming back to the same site. And somebody sort of said, well, to stop all this hassle, council getting an eviction notice, etc. Why don't they just use one of the many open spaces and sort of say, well, look, this is for travellers when they come, and then there's no hassle, it's like a set place where they can park up or do whatever, they do, and then move on. And it's like a specific area where they, for specific to travellers.
Yeah.
You see, that's one thing I've never watched. I've never watched Benidorm.
Yeah, I think it were. Partnest is right. I think it were Dale Farm. I've just googled it, and it's Basildon Dale Farm, so that could well be it. That looks like
Yeah.
it is Dale Farm.
You might as well have chucked up keys, saved them damaging your truck.
Honestly, Johnny, they just caught. You know them. You know
I've
them.
seen it. I've seen
Them.
it.
Them. What do you call it? Curtains, as they call them. They just cut a hole in it. And all the while, Richard were, sleeping.
Yeah, well, they sprayed some stuff. They put stuff into your cab. They do, so it knocks you out. Because I had a really bad headache, and I said to Copper, in fact, her policewoman it were when she come. I said I never heard a thing. And I said I woke up this morning with such an headache, and she said because they put something into your vents and sprayed it in your cab to knock you out, so you sleep.
Yeah, because obviously, it's your cab's got to be ventilated in some way.
Well, you have sometimes you may have a night heater on your seat because I can't remember what time of year it was, so I don't know. But it's I just got up in the morning. I got up, I walked to a bush. I thought, God, I'm busting for a slash, and then I turned around and went, what?
I have TV's crypto, but I don't watch TV.
But yeah, I mean, sort of the fact that you woke up with a headache, obviously they put something in to knock you out, Richard.
I know they work on the internet, they don't.
The policewoman said that. She said, if you ever get it robbed, she says, just stay still. She says, don't try and drive off because by the time you've turned the key and things have clicked and come alive, they'll be in cab and smashing your head with a log lump of wood, you know what I mean? She says you can't set off quick enough in a wagon because you turn the ignition on and it goes through a thing.
And then you've got your brakes as well, don't they?
Yeah, there's all sorts of things happen for say 20 seconds before you can start the engine. Well, that 20 seconds did smash your window and smash your head.
Get in. Yeah.
Well, first, when you start, you set a load of buzzing noises off, don't
you? There's all sorts. And you've got air in your tanks, but that doesn't usually drop. But some older wagons, it may do. So you can't even set off until there's air in tanks. Mine were a new wagon, so I didn't have that problem. But as soon as you turn ignition on, you've at least 10 seconds before you can actually start engine while things happen. And she just said in that time they'd smash window and they'd clonk your head with something. So the best thing is just to stay still and let them take what they want.
That's it.
Because we had one driver and she were actually parked up and they didn't realise and they got on back of her wagon and she drove off with him on back. You know what I mean? She drove off and she was there on this motorway services, this as well. Hilton Park services just outside of Birmingham.
Really?
Got them on back. She said, somebody's just got on back. I'm now going up the M6. They've got on back to steal my stuff.
Going up the M6.
If you want to arrange a police car to come and meet me on M6 and I'll pull over and they're going to pop out the back doors and you can take them away. And sure enough, they did.
But it's the same as you said, that sort of is dangerous, especially for a woman as well, a woman truck driver.
You see videos of them at Dover, foreigners trying to jump it back at trucks.
Oh yeah, you wouldn't have messed with her. She might have been a female, but she were
tough as nails.
Yeah, she were really tall, and she just pulled onto services, so they hopped on back of her wagon. They're messing about right back of the wagon and got it back. And she just turned key and went because she hadn't turned notes off proper or anything. So she just went and drove off.
Yeah, so everything were already warmed up.
And straight out at services and they couldn't jump off. It were moving too fast for them to jump off.
Good.
So did they actually get him back? Or
yeah, they were open back doors and jumped in.
A lot of these wagons now have got like these safety things, haven't they?
They just opened back door and jumped in. See, we never had them safety things on because we did multi-drop to different businesses, you see. So we never had them.
Seals like to contain it from one delivery point to
another. When they're sealed, that means it's just going to one spot and that's it, you know what I mean? But ours were multiple, like I'd do Argos, you, Asda and a few in the same day, you know what I mean? Argos and Amazon were main ones. You know, I used to go to them more than anywhere else.
They've just started shutting their Amazon fresh shops because they aren't working. Nobody's using them.
Because I used to deliver that stuff that's based in Sheffield. That Tony and Guy. You've heard of Tony and Guy, haven't you?
Oh yeah.
Their headquarters is in Sheffield. Down that Brightside, is it called Brightside near Meadow?
Oh yeah.
It's like an office block. What?
Dodgy area.
Because the office block.
Right side, baby, isn't it dodgy?
What?
Is it?
Right side.
What?
Yeah, because the office block were always quite posh.
Well, I mean, it probably weren't then, Richard, but it is now.
Hey? You think you're shit?
All I can remember is that you sort of went towards Meadowhall and like sort of went round back and down like a bit of a.
Yeah, there's a lot of on sort of bypass. There's a lot of sort of, you know, wholesalers and all sorts. I mean, I'll tell you what's popped up. A warehouse for Pretty Little Thing. This is a new one. That's one that's.
Cal went for an interview with you.
What? What do you think?
Yeah, I went to interview there.
What, that big place near Meadowhall?
I think I'm in the market for a new laptop.
Oh, you might wait then till your birthday.
Yeah, it's. I used to go down there quite a lot, Brightside, because they'd come out with a new product, you see, so they'd have like a pallet of new products.
It's all right, I'm laughing at what Gordo said. He says there's only one woman that squares me, and that's my mum. And when I had the pub, I saw her knock a bloke from one end of the bar to the other, and she's only 5 foot nothing. That's what you call a pocket rocket, Gordo.
That little Kathy, Grace's cousin, she's a little pocket rocket.
Hey, look, it must be a thing with shorter women, because my mum were only like less than 5 foot, and she never took shit from anybody.
But she's only about 6 stone wet through, Kath.
But yeah, my mum won't take no shit from anybody.
Oh, fucking hell, I am in the morning, it's like a Rottweiler.
But yeah, so it must be a thing with shorter women, you know. They've, yeah, what they lack in stature, they make up for it in punches.
Not that, it's a mouth that's fucking needs calming down.
Oh, are you back in bed, Amjad?
And if you're there, Kath, say hello, don't just bloody say goodnight at the end. She's at her shoulder or something. I don't know how she's done it. It was slept, but she's been in pain.
Honestly, I was talking to Tracy about it last night, Johnny. And I think that's one of the reasons why I were a bit down in dumps on Wednesday. And I sleep on this side, and it's this shoulder, and it's right from here all the way round. And it's been giving me no end of jip.
Give yourself a dead arm, don't you, when you sleep on it all the time?
I told Tracy, because I've got nurse on Monday, I says I'm going to ask about them injections, because it's, playing havoc with me.
I had them in my neck years ago, but
I'm not sleeping. Mine's all in my neck and all. I'm not kidding you, Johnny. I turned like
I was getting frozen neck, you see, that's why they gave me them. Bloody Botox injections there into my neck. And all it did is it works for about a month. It helps for about a month.
It's like a steroid injection, these are.
Your neck bruises look really bad.
But yeah, all I did last night, sat there, and I turned my neck, and the loudest crack you've ever heard.
They used me as a bit of a pincushion back then. So
but yeah, right. What they called them injections that they give you.
Botox is into your neck.
It's like a steroid injection. I forgot what proper name for it. And I says to Chris, no matter what cream you put on, it only numbs pain for an hour tops, and then you're waking up, going to sleep, waking up, going to sleep. Yeah, it's terrible.
Whipped cream would take your mind off things. Come on, Chris. Your little amigo beard.
And you know how I says, like, you know, my knee, where you can hear it like crunching when I that's getting the same. I can hear it like clicking all the time.
Just gonna have to try and sleep the other way.
But you know what it's
Try-
like when you
Try
know
not to headbutt Chris.
when you're used to sleeping on one side in particular. I mean, Richard ran about. Richard ran about it the other night when he were in Scotland. Bed was shoved right up against wall, and it was that side where he normally sleeps.
Yeah, facing bloody wall. I tried facing the other way, but I couldn't. I just couldn't get into it at all. I'm a stickler. I always like to lie on this side, mate. This side.
Yeah,
facing out,
that side I lie on, Richard.
you know what I mean?
I sleep
Facing
on my
out.
left side, facing out.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm the same. Left-
same as us.
This
With a
side,
thunderstorm and heavy rain next to me
yeah.
to block out the Tracy zone.
The whole bedroom set up
Snoring.
like
It does work. Thunderstorms and heavy rain and Tracy snoring like blends in and you can't tell. You really can't.
Well, it's like when we wake up in the morning, Chris will say,
It's a 10-hour video. It's a
have you had
10-hour
a good night? And I'll say, no, I've had a shit night. And he'll say, we're a snoring. I says, well, in this particular instance, no. I says, it's shoulder.
That's right. When they said when they did that Meghan Markle podcast thing, the Sleeping Channel got more views.
Oh, dear.
Quite loud though. I play it quite loud.
that. I don't mind. I mean, when it rains heavy, I hear it big time here.
Oh yeah. You're
Right
right.
above my
Mind you,
bed.
you've got them
These big
kind of
windows,
windows.
and I've
haven't
got
you?
one right above my bed. So when it rains, I really hear it.
You can
You know.
sleep well, I think, with rain, with sound that rain.
We have it a lot because our roofs is flat. So when it's absolutely bouncing, it's down, you can hear it. It's sort of, yeah, really loud.
See, I'd have my windows open. Like that one behind me now is open. You can see it's open, but because it's so damn hot in here. But I can't leave them open for chance it rains overnight.
That's it. That's the only problem.
You know.
And that's the only problem. We're living in at top of a 4-story building. Yeah, you know what I mean? That's, you
I
know.
used to live in a place, Richard, that were like that, right? And then you used to go into this corner of the room, and there were these couple of little steps that seemed to go to nowhere. But if you open this little door, there were a bathroom, right? You had to fucking stand in it like that. It's a bath in there,
I can't remember whether it were in Great Yarmouth.
right in the eve bit.
We
like that.
lived in a house, but to get to the bathroom, you got to go through our bedroom.
You know why they did it like that? So they could rent it out as a fully enclosed flat, you know, but sort of.
But yeah, you know what I mean? Can you imagine?
One wall were like that, Richard. One wall were like that, and the bath and the sink was all on.
I know what you're on about. It like it
How we
was
got that
an
bath
angle.
in there? I've no idea. It was a big bath, but you could not stand up at all. You had to.
And I thought,
Appearances when she buys that fucking flat in top of that mansion, and they can't stand up straight anywhere.
it was like same as I said to Chris. Can you imagine if we had sort of anybody like friends staying over and they needed to go for at night, you know, waltzing through our bedroom to go to the bathroom?
Yeah.
Worst, you know.
I have a friend and he has his bathroom, and it's on the downstairs, and it's through his kitchen, his bathroom, through the kitchen. You know, he lives in a little cottage that obviously at some point never had a
Well,
bathroom.
it will have had an outside, so.
They've come to the bathroom.
In them cases, Richard, they're supposed to have like a little passage in between your kitchen and your bathroom.
So you could have somebody out cooking and somebody taking a dump within 6 foot of you.
Sounds like a caravan.
Some of these houses are really poorly, thought out. You know what I mean?
I mean, my bathroom here is quite big. I mean, this flat is quite big, considering it's just a 1-bedroom flat. You know, it's a lot bigger than some others that I looked at, you know. It's just the location. If it were less steps, it'd be perfect. That's my
I
only
mean, it won't be bad even if they put in for a lifting.
If it had a lifting, it'd be perfect.
Yeah, that's only ball ache when you do. I mean, you can't really do a big shop, can you?
No, but if this flat were at ground level, it'd be like 700 quid a month.
Really?
You know what I mean? It'd be dearer. It's because of it's up the steps that it's so cheap, and I'm only paying 450 a month.
You can't get a go for that now.
That's the offset.
It's a nice place and it's reasonable price, but the only downfall is all them steps you've got to go up to get to your flat.
I mean, they're not bad steps. They're very shallow pitch, so they're not hard steps, and they're separated.
Jesus Christ!
I'm
going to say, if you go to Johnny's, it's like climbing Mount Everest.
Well, an Irish man besides 4 feet built them steps.
You know, the steps are segregated by landing, and plus
they even extended the steps and made them wider, and they were just lethal to walk on up and down.
You see, that's a good thing about ours. They're quite wide, and you know we've got like 6.
Apart from that, I love the house. I love the garden. I love where I live.
And then 6 more.
That's what I've got. I've got 3 landings. So if I'm carrying a load of shopping, I can stop and have a minute and gaze through window. And then
look at the scenery.
I use the rucksack now. I've learned instead of buggering about, I have a big rucksack.
You know what you could do with
a big old stone built house then, or something like that. Then
is what?
You're in? Is it an old big stone built house? What you're in?
It's new. It's a new build. It's not been here.
Right.
Yeah, right. You could do with one of them granny trolleys.
What, Eric rolling up the steps?
Yeah. You know, go up one set of stairs, have a minute, then you're ready for the next set, and so on.
He's trying to woo the ladies back to his flat, not from a walking hallway and see his trolley.
I'm just thinking practicalities, Johnny. And you know what I mean? When all said and done, you've only got one pair of hands, and like Richard, you can't do a massive shot.
No, you can't.
All bags.
Not Richard, it's worth losing the circulation in your fingers for your street cred.
Yeah. You can't do a major shopper out, but I mean, it's hard enough when you've been to laundrette and you've got a lot of washing. But I use a rucksack now, so it's a lot easier.
What the supermarket deliveries say balls to that and just pass you at
they won't deliver it. Not to my flat. They won't deliver. I
mean, it's like this as well, Johnny. When he orders anything off Amazon, he has to have it delivered to his mum's, or he has to go to one of them lock boxes.
Yeah, well, we have a lock box right within yards from work, or I get it to my mum, so that's no problem. You know what I mean?
You know, it's sort of. Could you have a washing machine in your?
Could have if you can be asked to get it up here.
If you fetch your drain,
all fittings are there and everything under the sink. You know, all parts for a washing machine.
You see, when we first moved back to Sheffield, we lived in the Masonette, and that were up like about 3 flights of stairs. It were on a top landing right at the very end. And basically, you know, sometimes we used to have shopping delivered, and then other times we'd do shopping ourselves. But it's like this: when you can only handle so many bags at a time, as Richard knows. So you'd have to lock car up, take that shopping up what you'd bought. Just drop it in either hallway or in living room, and then go back down, you know, about 4 flights of stairs, unlock car again, and keep doing it same until you took all your shopping up.
Yeah.
But then on medical grounds, we actually got offered a ground floor one, which were a lot better. Straight out at car, down the path. And there you were.
It looks like other side of the road.
Yeah, well, if I move again, I'll definitely get a ground floor one. If I move again, definitely.
You see, because we applied to council and said, like, you know, obviously me disabilities, and they offered us this ground floor one. It were a doddle, straight out at car, down a path, and you were there. So yeah, you know what I mean. It does have its benefits of being on ground floor. The same as you say, there's such a difference in the rent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's cheap here.
It's a lot of money, or a lot of difference in money, just for a ground floor.
Yeah, there is a hell of a lot of difference. I mean, if this flat, a new flat like this, was at ground floor, you're talking 700 quid easy, maybe more, 700-800 quid.
Yeah.
They were only built in 2010. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's it.
Built in 2007.
You know, and it's
Your bungalow.
all fairly new, and
The walls are so thick they've used skirting, bloody white worktops cut down middle to fit window ledges.
But this is the thing, these houses that we live in were actually built in 50s.
Yeah.
And that's why they're doing all these renovations.
There's
'Cause
pictures in
apparently-
this estate being built, and the German prisoners of war were doing all roads around here.
my mum, she's been to this flat. She's 87, and she said stairs didn't bother her.
But yeah, you know what I mean. These houses apparently were built in 50s, and it was because there were a national shortage of housing or affordable housing. So
A lot of the flat roof ones were like a prefab thing. They weren't supposed to be long term, were they really?
yeah, and that's what they said about these. They were only built because there was a housing shortage, and basically they were an easy build.
If you go up to Cross Gates, right, there's some of the little prefab ones, you know, they're like the bungalows.
I mean, these
The
is not prefab, you know, they're proper houses, but
There's
you
this
know,
little square where all the tenants, the little old tenants and that refuse to move. Right, so smack bang in the middle of Cross Gates is these little block of about 12 of them. Then they're all new houses all the way around.
yeah, I've seen that. They've refused to
Yeah, they refuse to move.
they've refused a compulsory purchase order or something, and we refused, and they built all these new houses all around this, you know, this old house. But there's a woman.
So lovely though, flowers everywhere. They really
There's this woman in Uthwaite where I was born and bred, and she's lived in the same house for 105 years.
Jesus Christ.
Honestly, and I know the woman. But yeah, she's lived in the same house for 105 years.
My mum's lived in her house since 1949, and she paid
My mum just left. She's been in
£520
there 27 years.
520 quid for it.
I know, it don't bear thinking about. You can add a few notes on that now.
My mum paid 43 for it, 170. So there you go.
Absolutely huge.
It's ridiculous, isn't it? When you think back then she'd bought an ass for £120.
Yeah, and the thing is, back then, women couldn't get mortgages. They only used to give mortgages to men back then in the 40s.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She got a mortgage because her mum and dad, my grandma and granddad, they had a bakery, so they had good standing in the bank. So that's how they got a mortgage.
Yeah, changed his name a lot.
You know what I mean?
You know, and I've seen, is it a Bristol Street Motors advert? You know, when they ring up and how much is that? Like back in 70s, for about 400 quid for a car, brand new.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we sometimes go over a little bit, Tony. But yeah, I was going to say you won't get a set of wheels for that nowadays, Johnny.
You got to remember though, back in them days, people were paid bobbins. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
420.
For
people had been working for like less than £1 a week back then.
Oh, it took the devil and the show to appear. We've got Anthony as well. Not be long shutting it down, Anthony.
When I left school, I used to get £40 a week, and that weren't bad. That for a 16-year-old, 40 quid a week.
I mean,
I worked on got about the same as that. I used to be there, have to be there for 5:30 in the morning.
You think you're rich in back in them days if you're 40 quid, I can remember when I got my first pay packet, I thought, ooh, what am I going to spend it on? You know what I mean?
If you did come into Leeds Market, you'd have heard me shouting, check out my blunts.
You could have a full night out for a £5.
That's exactly what Chris said the other day, and still have money for a kebab on way home.
Correct. You could have a full night out and you could buy, and then with that you could buy beer, fags, and get good chippy.
Yeah, I have. I've gone. This is copper, mango copper, Tony, and I only had it.
Got a new nickname. We call it Copper Knob.
I only had it cut right really short, and it was growing a bit, so I had it cut again.
Yeah, she's gone all.
Yeah,
Punky.
lighter and brighter.
It's unbelievable how much things used to cost and how much
I know.
they cost now. Used to be 41 pence a pound when I left school.
See you morning.
41p.
We got 3 flights leaving Leeds Airport right now.
But yeah, you know, the same as Chris said the other day, you could go out with £5, have a good night, you know, even get a taxi back and still have enough change for a kebab on way home.
Correct. It's true.
You know what I mean? It's unbelievable.
Oh, yeah.
What can you get for £5 now? Mugged.
Nothing.
One pint.
Shit.
1 pint, and you'd probably have a quid left over.
Hey up, in some places you can't even get a pint.
Oh, that's true. But in a normal
For a
pub,
£5.
in a normal pub, you're talking
You have to find an
about
open pub
£3.50 a
first.
pint in a normal pub. In a normal
I mean,
pub.
in some pubs, you know, £6-7 for a pint.
Oh yeah, if you go into some of these right weird places.
I told you when I went to that Leeds United thing, that prom for Luke, in £5 for a bottle of Heineken, 1 bottle.
Oh, I just won't pay it that. No way. No chance. This
Yeah,
is
I hear you've moved on, Anthony. You're down south now.
Really hell, stay still, lad. You saw your car,
It's ridiculous. And when you look back at the, you know, the price of things and how much you got for them prices, you couldn't do it nowadays.
No. Yeah.
Ridiculous.
God.
You know, especially, you know, with supermarkets nowadays, even if you buy just essentials, you know, I mean, we just essential tissue.
On a normal shop now, I clock about 60 quid. That's
That's it. You don't get much change after 60 quid, and that's
I remember going to the petrol station with my motorbike and filling it up for less than £1. You know,
I know, I filled up a bloody petrol cab and I did my fuel tank, you know what I mean? Put a new tank on it and that. And it cost 30 quid before needle moved. And I filled up the bloody canister thing, like 7 quid for 5 litre canister.
I filled up before I went to Scotland. I got 130 quid with him. 130 quid to fill it up.
No. And then I bet you still had to put some more in before you come back.
I did, yeah, I did.
You can send me your expenditure form now. So
Oh, no, I
realise
wait,
I'm a truck driver. You got
We're
permit.
talking to you, Tony. DJ Twinny is Anthony. So, yeah, he's sort of, he works on fairs and they were in Kings Lynn, so now they've moved down south. So, yeah, sorry for that misunderstanding, Tony.
See you morning.
Yeah, see you morning.
Good morning. Bye.
Gordo, 150 a gallon, that's it. Bloody right. I can remember
No.
that.
It's ridiculous, isn't it?
Unbelievable.
Anyway, I'm going to get off and I'll see you all on
Well, I'll see you at
tomorrow,
A's. I'll see
on
you at A's.
Monday. But,
We'll go join the love triangle.
hey?
We'll see you at A's and join the love triangle.
So I'll see you all on the next one, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming in. Thank you to Johnny and Richard for coming on the panel. And I'll see you all on the next one.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Is Johnny gone?
Yeah. Sorry.